Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at this Thomas & Betts single 9-watt wide chassis weatherproof batten. Now this is the single batten. Now I did do a video of the double version, which is right there, okay, but this is the single version. Okay, now this I scored off Gumtree with the double one, of course. It was brand new, never used. So this came from South Australia. Okay, now when I got it, it was filthy, but I have cleaned it up. Okay, so this is the single version. Okay, so this is a wide body batten with a single tube. Okay, now this one here is identical to that one there. That's my Minitronics. Okay, but that's a triple tube batten. But this one here is a single tube. Okay, I did mention this in the video on that you can get the wide chassis in a double and a single. Okay, now this is made by Thomas & Betts. Okay, but once again, Thomas & Betts, Legrand and Davis and alongside Minitronics have the same design. The difference is just the branding. Okay, so technically they all interchange. Okay, so we'll take a look at this. Okay, so here's the end of the batten right here. On this end we have this rubber plug here that plugs a hole. Now that hole would be used for if you're going to be using a conduit. Okay, so if you use a conduit you'd use the hole. When it's not being used you plug it with that. Okay, now this batten here, when I got it there was some damage done to the chassis. There was a bit there and I patched it all up with some silicone sealant, okay? And this was originally an emergency batten when I got it, but I gutted it and just converted it to 240 volt LED and that's what it has. Okay, the tube that I have in it is an SAL Cool White. Okay, so that's the tube that's in there. Okay, now that's one of the original stickers there. I've tried to peel that off but it just ripped off. Okay, that's one of the original stickers. There's another original sticker right there. That sticker there is not original, that's just the LED tube warning sticker to tell you that's for LED tubes only. The starter is on this end of the batten. This one here has a starter receptacle in the middle, okay, which is used for the middles tube, okay, unlike the Minitronics, which doesn't. And it does have two other starter receptacles here and there. That's for if you're having a double tube or a triple tube, you'd use those. Okay, but since it's not, it's just got those holes are not in use. They're just holes exposed there. Okay, now on this end of the batten we have where our power mains lead comes through, goes into the batten and into the terminal block. Okay, we have a switch on here which is a weatherproof switch. Okay, on the back of the batten we just have some little feet there to stabilise it. Okay, now there was some damage done to this batten on the chassis, but I have patched it all up. It was mostly on the interior of the batten, I think. It wasn't on the outside. Okay, but I have fixed it all up with some sealant. Okay, so this is, now the reason I have my single narrow body out, Davis, is just to compare, because both of these are single battens. The difference is just the chassis. Okay, so we have a wide chassis and we've got a narrow chassis. Okay, now with the emergency versions, they tend to use the wide chassis because you need the extra room for the inverter and the battery, as with this one here, there's not enough room for it. Okay, so so that's why they use a wide chassis, but this is a 240 volt because it's available in 240 volt as well. Okay, so this is your narrow chassis and this is your wide chassis. Okay, so that's a Davis and that's a Thomas & Betts, but once again identical. Okay, so yeah. So I guess we'll turn this on. Here we go. Okay, now it's LED, so there's no blinking and it's instant on. Now it's cool white. Okay, now it puts out a good amount of light. It's only 9 watts of LED. Now, of course, this only being a single tube, there's only just the one mode. It's either off or on. There's no low, medium, or high or anything like that. It's just off and on. Okay, that's all you get. Okay, and you only got one tube, so yeah. Now, you see the screw there. That screw there is where the terminal block is. There's another screw over here for the earthing. Okay. And it does have these little notches on the ends here. That's for in case if you're using more than one batten, you're putting them side by side, they're designed to line up with that. And once again, there's a little bit of a damage here, crack here in the chassis. Okay, but that was like that when I got it. Okay, so it was, like I said, it was brand new in the box, never used. And the diffuser does have some scratches on it, but that's okay, that doesn't bother me. So yeah, so that's a Thomas & Betts single 9-watt LED batten. So I hope you enjoyed, and that'll be it.